Hey guys, what is up? It is Nixxiom here, also known as Jarl and Thoriel from the Ebonheart Pact. And welcome back to another video where I'm going to talk about Elder Scrolls Online. Specifically, we're going to talk about leveling in this game and my impressions having leveled up through the game as a new player. And well, let's just dive right into it. Let's talk about the pros with leveling in this game. The stuff that is just, ooh, it's fantastic. But let's also talk about the cons. Let's talk about some of the stuff you might not enjoy so much in Elder Scrolls Online's level up experience. But let's not waste any time. Let's jump on in. Let's start with the pros. Number 1. The first thing to say about Elder Scrolls Online when it comes to the leveling is that the world is absolutely massive, it's expansive, and it's filled with so many different zones with so much variety, peoples to meet, lore to discover, things to find, and so on and so forth. You can teleport at a way shrine wherever you want, whenever you want, allowing you to choose where you want to adventure. You want to be a big old Chad Nord and you want to quest around in Skyrim? Well, you go on up there and you quest around. You want to go to Morrowind? Well, you go over to Morrowind and you quest around there. You do whatever you want, follow your own path. Number 2, level scaling across the entire world. Now, being able to go wherever you want in the world is great, but you might be thinking, Nixxiom, what if I go to a place where the mobs are too high level for me? Well, my friend, that's not a thing in SO, because the entire world is level scaled. Because of the fact that things like level requirements don't hold you back when questing and leveling in this game, it just reinforces what I was talking about a moment ago, where you don't have to play this game in any particular way or follow any particular path. Number 3, discovery is truly rewarding in Elder Scrolls Online. In fact, I would say that discovery is the heart of the level up experience. As exploring the world, that's how you find quests. You'll find things like sky shards, which are used to gain more skill points for more abilities. You'll find lore books to learn more about the world, as well as to level up your reputation with the Mages Guild. And you can even discover the secrets of becoming a vampire in SO, or maybe even finding the way to become a werewolf, but no spoilers here. The sense of discovery in this game is just fantastic. Number 4. There are multiple ways to play this game. Be an upstanding dragon knight who does no wrong, who's friendly with the local community, and all that good stuff, or be a rogue who breaks into NPCs' homes to steal from civilians, who murders people in their sleep, who runs from the local guard at every turn, who sells stolen goods at hidden locations around the world to underground traders. You really can just play however you want. This game is the only MMO that has ever truly sold the rogue and cutthroat experience for me, and so even if you're not really a rogue type person, I highly recommend checking out that way of playing the game. Go steal stuff, run from guards, have fun. Number 5, the skill system means that you can make whatever kind of character you want as you progress in your leveling. If you want to play as a Nightblade who is also a healer on the side, you are free to do so. Earn skill points by leveling, by finding those sky shards I mentioned a moment ago, by doing dungeons, PvP, and then design your character to your heart's content. Number 6. Now, it probably goes without saying, but out of all the stuff I've talked about so far, I mean, you can probably guess that there's a lot of replayability in this game. From the world to explore, to the level scaling, to the different ways to play the game, tons of potential character builds and more, the game is super replayable, unlike many other MMOs on the market these days. Many MMOs tend to take you on a very linear hand-holding path, but SO doesn't do that. It doesn't do it when it comes to questing, it doesn't do it when it comes to the zones you go to, it doesn't do it with how you design your character, so replayability is a very big thing when it comes to Elder Scrolls Online as a plus. Number 7, professions and profession gear it's actually relevant and it's useful as you level up. But you need to keep your profession skills up to date with your character as they grow in levels. Luckily though, doing profession stuff actually gets you experience points, so you can be crafting for yourself a new pair of shoes, while at the same time you're getting experience points that's taking you even closer to level 50. Number 8. You're gonna be doing dungeons while leveling up, most likely. Even if you're not a big fan of PvE, I highly recommend doing the dungeons in SO as you level, because they are a ton of fun and there is a lot of them, and I think you're gonna like them just as much as I did. But for those of you that are PvP players, well, here we go. Number 9, Cyrodiil World PvP is available from level 10 onwards. So right in the beginning, you can hop in, you can fight for your faction in the open world PvP, siege castles, burn bridges, bring ruin to your foes, all that good stuff. You know what you gotta do. And those are 9 pros. 9 pros from the leveling up experience. Things that stood out to me as being fantastic as I was leveling up in the world. But of course, there are cons in Elder Scrolls Online. No game is perfect. So let's talk about some of the negatives, some negative things that come with the level up experience. So, number 1. Earlier, I talked about how you could go wherever you want in the world, teleport anywhere and quest anywhere, and that's great and that's cool, but it can mean that the game can feel a bit overwhelming to new players, because you got this massive world, and where do you go? There's also the fact that after questing and doing dungeons and stuff, you're probably only gonna have gone to maybe 2 zones, and you're gonna be level 50. 2 zones out of all of these. And so you're kind of left sitting there at max level thinking, where do I go now? What do I do? Because so much of the world remains unexplored. And well, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'll talk more about the once you're level 50 experience in my max level impressions video, so stay tuned for that one. Number 2, level scaling as well has a downside to it, and you guys probably already thought it when I talked about it earlier in the video. It's cool that you can go wherever you want and, the mobs scale to your level, but you don't get that feeling of conquering a zone that you might get in a game like World of Warcraft. There is no going back and one-shotting the mobs that used to give you such a hard time, no. Even here, I'm back on the sort of tutorial island for the Nords, and all the mobs are scaled up to my level and they put up just as much of a fight as anybody else, so you don't get that feeling of progression that a non-level scaling world can give you. Number 3, the skill system is fantastic, although you could potentially end up making a complete disaster of a character build as you level. You'll pretty much quickly discover that your dream build is actually a load of balls compared to other people's builds. Now, this can be solved with a skill point reset, but resetting your skills a lot and trying out a bunch of different builds and blah, 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 well, it can add up and cost quite a lot of gold. Number 4, the game, like many other MMOs these days, has an LFG system in it, meaning that you can be automatically placed into a dungeon by simply pressing a button. Me personally, I'm not a fan of LFG systems. You guys know that. Not a fan. I don't think they belong in MMOs, so just gotta say that. However, before you guys ask, there is no LFR in this game, so that is a plus that I will discuss further when making that max level impressions video. And number 5, my final con. You are going to get absolutely massacred in battlegrounds at low levels. Because of scaling, you are going to be thrown into a battleground with people who have strong sets of gear. They are vampires, they are werewolves, they've been playing the game for quite some time, and well, you're just gonna get wrecked. You're gonna get blasted. You have to understand that at low levels, you won't even have all the right passives unlocked yet to make it so that you take less damage from different sources of attacks. Fire damage, and melee, and all. You're screwed. Like, you're screwed, man. Like, there's nothing you can do. You're gonna get one shot. Now, me personally, I quickly discovered this while I was leveling up Jarl and Thoriel, and I tend to find that my advice to you, a good approach to PvP as a low-level player, is kind of play as a support. make your focus buffing your teammates and healing them, and just let them do all the damage, let them kill the people. And you can do damage too, but make sure you stay really far away. Use a bow or use magic or something, but I don't know, man. Maybe I just didn't get lucky with my battlegrounds while leveling up, but I got absolutely pooped on. And you're probably going to get pooped on too. And dude, no one wants to get pooped on. Except for that one guy. That one guy in the comments section. Anyway, guys, those are my impressions from leveling up in Elder Scrolls Online as my Dragon Knight Enthorial. I plan to make a few more videos like this. I want to talk about dungeons, I want to talk about battlegrounds in more detail, and I want to talk about the max level experience, doing trials and professions and all that good stuff. But those videos are for another time, so right now, guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you guys want to support the channel, I've got a Patreon, and I've also got this, the YouTube community. If you sign up, you get a cool-ass badge next to your name. Holy shit, that's a nice badge. So support the channel. Thanks. But either way, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to. Hit the bell. And I will see you with my next Elder Scrolls Online video. Yeah.